Hi, I'm Marianne Douglas, and welcome to Success for Life 101, the sequel to my multiple award winning class called Strategies for Success for High Schools. How many of you know how to create a great life for yourself? Even in this crazy year of 2020, if this is when you listen to it, or whenever you do. You know, no one really gives you a book for life. I mean, your parents try to help, and schools do sometimes. What if there were an app for that? Well, even better, what if you thought of your life like a blank smartphone that every time you learned a great strategy, it would be like adding another app? And all of those apps together would help you create the best life for yourself. Well, that's what this course is all about. It's like the blank slate, the blank smartphone. And we're adding teen tested, teen loved strategies that they've used for years, not only while they were in high school, but in their life going forward. So what kind of strategies, you might say? Well, let me ask you a question. Raise your hand if you've ever gone blank on a test. Hello. Even though I did pretty well in school, when the teacher handed me a test, even if I studied, the first thing I'd say to myself is, I'm going to go blank. And I did. Not great. I mean, I eventually figured it out, but what a scary feeling. What a stressful feeling. What if there was a way around that? Well, years later, I found this incredible sentence that made all the difference. Listen to how easy this is. The next time you go blank, and it doesn't have to be in school, it can be trying to remember who was in a movie, say to yourself, I'll think of it in a minute, and then go about your business. Here's what happens. In that short little time, you're giving your brain permission to release the answer. And I'll get into much more of how that all works later in the course. But just know that it works. How do I know? I've tested it on thousands of teenagers. I tested it on seniors, citizens that is. And I would say for 95% of them, including me, it works. The best testimonial from it? The first year I taught this course to college freshmen. At the end of the session, which was about 4 weeks long, somebody came up to me and said, you did something for me that the doctor said I'd never be able to do. I'm like, okay, tell me. She said, I was in a car accident and I had some brain damage, and they told me for the rest of my life I would have trouble remembering. And she said, I first heard you say that, I'll think of it in a minute. And I thought to myself, that's never going to work for me. And then I tried it, and it did. I was thrilled for her. I mean, and you can't have a better testimonial than that. If it works for her, imagine what it's going to do for the rest of us. So that's the kind of thing we're going to be talking about. Little apps, little hacks, little strategies that we're adding to the smartphone that is your life. And I hope you'll stay with me for the journey. We're going to keep these short, and I'll see you on the next lesson. Until then, keep shining.